Welcome to another day of recipe making. As usual, every Friday I make a recipe that I find off the box of a product that I see in the store, and this week I'm making two recipes, one here and now and one that's going to be on Marie's channel. Probably next week. I'm actually going to publish mine today for you.
You're so impressive.
And Marie's will go up next week sometime.
Because
right?
She's editing it. So I know those of you who know me are like, no, it's not.
I'm editing it, but I don't have time to edit both tonight. So actually, we're doing two recipes. One is Marie's suggestion that we found at the grocery store. But today, I have a casserole for us to make. And I found it on the back of a package of Simply Potatoes.
I love those.
I've never had them before.
Oh, they're so yummy.
This one's Southwest style hash browns.
They look like the little picnic style hash brown potatoes.
You remember picnics?
Yeah.
Did you ever dip yours in ketchup?
No.
Missed out.
Ranch.
Oh, I missed out.
Yeah.
It's called a Mexican potato sausage casserole.
That sounds delicious. Have you had funeral potatoes?
Is that tater tot casserole?
No. They are delicious, full of fat, cheese, and...
I actually don't like potatoes, but I do like them when they're full of fat and cheese.
Okay.
I like
You
hash
would like
browns.
this. There's no way you can't. Funeral potatoes are the kind of thing, they're made to comfort your ailing soul when a funeral is in process, I think.
Well, I hope I have a chance to try them before it's too late. They're serving them at my funeral.
Make note.
Yeah. Bucket list. We need to heat an oven to 350 degrees. We're gonna chop up the bell pepper and the tomato. We're gonna brown the Italian, I always like to bring some raw meat to Marie's house, so. I'm in danger every time I use a knife.
Yeah, I always have the wrong knife. That used to be my mom's pet peeve at all times. Marie, can you help me with this? Wrong knife! All the time. Like,
bounce with me, bounce with me.
I have off-the-box questions for all the viewers out there. All the questions they're dying to know.
Marie has behind the scenes been like, first of all, you need a rating system. Can you please put the rating system at the end of the video?
Don't you think at the end of her video she should say, because she's trying all these different recipes, surely some outshine the others, rather than just, okay,
I think you should have a rating system so that we could see some move up on the charts and other ones
forget,
go
by
down.
the end of the video, I'm so frazzled by the noise from my kids, and just like, it's finally done. It's already been like over an hour of this.
Remember when Grace used to have Grace faces?
Yeah.
You need something like that. Box tops.
I know, I'm gonna use Grace face.
She's not using it anymore.
It's good. Everyone needs someone in the background giving feedback and advice.
A bossy friend.
Everyone needs a bossy friend.
So, for the off-the-box viewers, which I am one, I have questions. And one is, what do you do with all the food after you make it if your kids are so picky? Because in the videos, they're always like, no. So then what happens to it?
I will eat it for leftovers. We eat what we can. I feed some to the crows.
Yeah.
Did you know crows can eat meat?
Yes, crows do eat meat.
You're not supposed to give them bread. Bread gives them, like, bone chill. That's not science, but that's enough for her to be like, I don't want to give them bone chill.
Yeah, crows are predators. They eat smaller birds, which are meat. Much like
they actually eat small birds.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they eat roadkill. That's why I was like, I think this deli meat should be okay, because I've seen them eat junk in the street, but
yeah,
I didn't know that they would get bone chill.
This is definitely the wrong knife for a tomato. I think you're supposed to use a serrated knife, like a bread knife, but I'm not gonna. We're just gonna keep going with what we know.
Knife skills. You've seen me chop things.
Nobody's judging you on the internet? Is that how your channel works? Wow!
I've only experienced pleasant people, except for that gal from Eugene, Oregon, who told me to leave. There was a comment that said, "Leave? Great. Thanks for visiting. Now you've joined all of the overpopulated people who've come." I forget. She said it much more.
She's from Oregon and wanted you out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, my channel's always been really sweet too. I've barely ever had anything. I had a 12-year-old once who said,
I hate your voice. I'm 12.
And that explains it. Thank you.
I hate your voice.
Lena, go to bed. I did Scary Mommy's do you know Scary Mommy?
Yeah.
You've seen like a lot of that. I was on their Snapchat like takeover.
Yeah.
I was doing it for a couple months, and I showed a shot of Harper in her car seat, and the buckle part up here was down. I've never experienced
arrested.
backlash.
Oh my goodness.
And I got so many DMs. They were, in their defense, they were legitimately concerned about her safety.
Seriously, there goes the money again. That's how people learn. I mean, so many of my parenting tactics came from being like hyper aware of what commenters would say that I'm like, wait, what's appropriate? And then you learn and you're like, oh,
I did.
Thank you.
Was like, I didn't realize that it was so low. It was when I just had Harper, so I hadn't had a baby in a car seat in years.
Yeah.
And it really was like down at her stomach instead of as a chest plate. Oh, there's my husband.
You want to know a funny thing about her husband? I saw in one of the comments that one of you was like, I just realized that your husband's name is Pat and you're Cat, so you're Pat and Cat.
Yes.
I've known her for 25 years, and I just realized that a couple of weeks
You're
ago
welcome.
while I was talking to her. I was like, well, if Pat and Cat...
No, they didn't.
I've never realized this. How is it not a thing? Why don't they have matching monogram sweatshirts? Or a bowling league?
Oh my gosh, Pat, I learn new things about him all the time. So he's 11 years older than me, and I'll do things like, I needed pimento olives, and he was like, oh man, these remind me of my bowling drink. And I was like, oh, bowling drink? He's like, yeah, I was on a bowling league for years. And I had a drink, what was it? It was like a gin and tonic with pimento. It was just like something I've never seen him drink before. Honestly, do a whole video on facts about my husband that I've learned after married. He was like, did I ever tell you that we were driving through Kent? And he was like, yeah, I saw an inmate escape. And I saw an inmate escape. And he's like, I saw him running in his orange suit. And I saw police officers on the corner, like, talking to each other. And I drove up, and I was like, he's over there. Like, they would have got him. I was like, that happened today.
Did they go, zoinks, thanks? What they're like, nightsticks twirling.
Because he had his pulling a ball and chain.
Yeah.
Right.
He went that way.
He was like, no, it happened a couple days ago. I'm like, how did you not tell me when you got home from work that you helped, like...
Escaped convict being captured. Local boy does good.
We have so many moments like that where I'm like, who are you?
I have that happen with Ryan, though, too. I told you, but Ryan, randomly one day, we were having a garage sale, and a whole Hispanic family came up, like cousins and uncles, and none of them spoke any English. And I am nervous about negotiating anyways, and you add in a language barrier, and I'm just like, if you want it, I don't know. Like, I don't like bartering, I don't like any of that. All of a sudden, Ryan whips out Spanish fluently, and he is selling people things, and I was like, what? This was like, I don't know, maybe 2 years into marriage. And then he was like, I minored in Spanish. He's like, I almost majored in it.
Oh.
I did not know this. He's a history major. I was like, you minored in Spanish?
That's crazy.
I've never, Okay, we have cut veg.
Okay, now we do this and the green peppers on the stovetop.
Okay, that smells good.
Mm-hmm. Show the camera.
I know how to do what you do when you do what you do the way that you do so well. So, like, ready?
I can't do what you do
when you do what you do to me.
There you go.
This is cat style, right?
Yeah.
You have to kind of whip it, nay them out of there. Oh!
Only half though.
Only half. Good call. Save it, save it, save it.
These smell delicious.
Yeah, this whole thing smells good. Let's see how many ingredients I don't know what they are in this.
It says simply potatoes. To me that says organic.
That's what they're hoping for. If you read outside of the quotation or the parentheses, then it's potato seasoning, salt, yeast, a little bit of dextrose, garlic powder, citric acid, hydrolyzed soy protein. And then, you get inside those parentheses, and that's when you got your guanylate. Literally, guanylate.
You can't have this kind of hash without guanylate.
Disodium,
They've tried to make it.
phosphorate. I like how they tell you why. They're like, it's only added to maintain color, guys.
I wonder what it would look like if they just didn't add any coloring items. Would it just be gray?
Marie style, what I would do, if this is seriously delicious, I would get a potato, run it through a thick grater, like a cheese grater, and I would add garlic powder, cilantro, salt, pepper, jalapeno. And
nobody's gonna put that much work into
That's really not a
potato.
lot of work. That's not a lot of work.
Slicing a potato into these tiny bits.
No, grating, like a cheese grater. That's not bad.
And then finding all of the seasonings. You could just pick up a package of that and be done with it.
I'm talking about if you're interested in lowering your bisophosphonate intake today. Your guanylate. You're good on guanylate.
Alright.
It does smell good though, and I'm in for it today.
Okay, so now we add half of that to this. Beautiful. Gorge. And 3/4 cup of cheese. And then repeat.
This baking pan might not be able to handle all this stuff that's coming at it.
Okay, now the sausage. Nice having an extra pair of hands.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna beat the eggs and milk together.
I think we need a bigger casserole.
It's too late.
I know. I could inverse it.
We need Harper.
Oh yeah, she's good with her plops.
One. Small child in that egg. Are these from your hens?
Yeah.
God, they're like so heavy. Now just beat it. It's your tiny little whisk.
It's an egg whisk.
I've never heard of such a thing.
I just took 2 words and put them together.
I constantly think I'm learning something from you. And it's always nonsense.
I bet there is egg whisks. I think they're tinier than this though. It's a little to like whisk within the shell or something.
Oh.
I'm making crap up, Kat.
Stop! I'm picturing a tiny whisk in a shell. Like, for what purpose would anyone need to do that?
Somebody's gonna make little scrambled poached eggs.
Okay, then pour it over the top.
It's a lot of eggs. This is gonna be a mess in my oven.
Quite a satisfying meal, though. You're so much more careful than I am.
I'm thinking of the pretties.
Nicely done. Okay, cover with foil and bake for 45 minutes. We'll see you in 45 minutes. Look how gorgeous our casserole turned out.
It looks good. Okay. Oh, listen.
I think baking ASMR could be a thing.
It could
Cooking.
be. Look at that. There she blows. I feel like you need sliced green onions to put on top.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
It's so good.
This is a kid pleaser meal too.
My kids are pickier than yours.
Oh, my kids will totally eat this. This is delicious.
Oh, it's so good.
I think it needs a like zing of hot sauce on
Or
top.
ketchup.
You are a child. Yummy.
Yeah, that's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. What was the package called again?
Simply potatoes.
Good job, Simply Potatoes. You guys know what you're doing over there.
You know what this is?
What?
This is.
You're gonna
this
say
is
something
a-
so simple.
Yeah, it's a breakfast burrito without a tortilla.
Scoop it into a tortilla. Roll that up. Take it to work with you. You're right. It is a breakfast tortilla.
Especially with the egg is
Or a
poured on top.
burrito.
Yeah.
Cheers. Have a good weekend.
Yay! Okay, wait, no, that's not how we end it. We ended with 1 to 5
Gray spaces.
gray spaces. I would have given it a 4 at first, and then I realized it was a breakfast burrito and took it down to a 2.5 for me.
Whoa. Wow.
Breakfast burrito.
I love a breakfast burrito.
I do
though.
too. It's delicious. But this is nothing new and innovative to my face.
Okay.
And
well,
they put it on the back of a box. I wanted them to innovate my face.
here's the thing. I'm gonna give it a 3, but if we had added the things that you had suggested,
Yeah.
I'd kick that up to a 4 for sure.
I think
You
that-
could improve it.
Yeah, and I think the onions, you would do it with the tomatoes so that they don't get super soft. You want a little tiny bit of a crunch left to the onions. That would be really good. I'm definitely going to try it again of my own accord without you Simply Potatoes. But thanks for inspiring me.
No, they're never gonna sponsor me. Thanks a lot. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend, too.
I want you to do it on your own
Mm-hmm.
and do a comparison. We need to do a part 2 of this video.